Right. Thanks very much. All right.
Thank you.
So next on the horizon is we've got KJ coming to talk to us um, from UiPath, um, Oracle Machine Learning for RPA, and he told us yesterday about being a Syracuse Orange,
Hmm.
and I did ping you earlier, but I'm not sure if you were actually paying attention. But I was going to booby trap you and ask you for
Oh
another.
no.
I want another fun fact, something that
Another fun fact? Okay.
doesn't involve growing hair or losing hair or.
I'm sorry. They have Bosley. Like, haven't you tried that? Like, doesn't that work? I don't. But in all seriousness, I guess the only other fun fact I guess I would say that does refer to my college days. I did also help found an a cappella group during my first year at school. It's called Auto
Yeah.
Tunes. Particularly enough, funnily enough, I'm not a great singer by any means. My wife will definitely confirm that if you ever need to hear that. But I happen to be right place, right time, and I don't know. You get a bunch of 10 to 15
Yeah.
teenage boys trying to host and run an a cappella group. None of them knew what they were doing. I had the business acumen, so I became a treasurer, put myself on the e-board, and I stayed on it for 4 years. So, but yeah, helped found a group. It's now one of the staple groups on campus, but at the time, yeah, we were brand new. It was cool. So I helped found that. That was fun.
We've got a lot of music
So
here. So
cool.
I play
Yeah.
guitar and sing. We've got Joe can sing opera. We've got the huskies that could howl.
Yeah, you could howl. My dog could do the same. Yep.
Yeah. I played traverse flute.
There you go.
Flute.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
We could go. We could do legit.
We can,
I'll take.
yeah,
I'll
we can
carry
have a
the.
virtual band,
I
right?
know.
Because
I
we
could
are
do
in
the
different part of
drums.
the globe.
Whatever
So we
track
can
you
have
need.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, well, thank you, KJ, for talking to us again, and again, thanks for UiPath's sponsorship of the event. Um,
Absolutely.
and yeah, I'd love to hear what you've got to say today about um, yeah, robotic automation for machine learning in particular.
Sure, for sure. And I literally had a snip that I wanted to pull up because I actually liked the first presentation we saw and I lost it. So I'm just going to speak to it. So we talked about when you have a model, I'm going to completely flex. I'm going to show something in a minute, show what the tool is. There was a screenshot that was shown where it showed, here's the model, here's the coding.
Yeah.
This is what y'all are focused on, the model. We do this stuff, which is everything before and after. Like, so is it possible where if you're trying to actually pass inputs to an ML model and get results and do something, is that always automated? Most of the time that doesn't exist, or you have to build some integration to do it. We can do that a lot faster, and we can do it at the UI level and your backend, workflow integration type. We combine all of that into one shot. So what I want to do is just kind of show you the UI part. I've got an export from Oracle EBS. I ran it yesterday, but I think it's good to show the power of our tool and what it does. It just replicates if then else logic. And then I want to run something actually leveraging machine learning and how we host it. Because what I want y'all to understand is we're not going to help on the ML part directly, but we can pass those inputs and dynamically pass them to get an output and then take some sort of action, which is exactly what people want to do in an end-to-end solution. But normally people are focused on this part. I want to focus on this part just for 10 minutes or 5 or whatever we have, if that's fair.
Yep, that sounds great. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
You've got 10 minutes.
And it's going to be a live demo, so we're going to do this live. So doing it again. Here we go. Yeah. So what you have here, this is a UiPath Assistant. So our software, just so for those of you who are unaware, it's a robotic process automation software that mimics, human-like interaction. Let me throw my Slack on the other channel so that doesn't bother us. Okay, cool. And what it does just mimics it. Actions that you have. So if you're going to be taking any sort of process, think exporting from any website, grabbing data, transforming it, etc. You hear terms like Alteryx in the market and so on and so forth. We would do the same thing. Thank you for the link there, Carrie. And to that point, we just mimic interaction. So there, I was told one of our partners came in and said, could you perform just like an export from EBS? And I said, absolutely. So what I did is I built a workflow. Here's the designer. Just wanted to show you. I'm not going to necessarily go through all of it. But I did it at the user interface level where we actually clicked where it would be, opened up the browser, typed in our username, typed in our password, clicked login, etc. Coding that can sometimes be a hassle, right? You need to know the syntax. It takes a little while, time to value. Our tool is robust enough to be able to interact at the UI level. And if you look at third-party validation, they give us the best ability to execute. So I wanted to start there. And then I'll show you how you can plug in ML using the same exact logic. So just to show you what this looks like, I can run this. I'm running this in an attended fashion, which means I'm triggering it. When people think automation, it's like some trigger response automatically. We can do that too, but sometimes you want to run things ad hoc. So I'm doing that here. So what I do, I click this button, it takes that workflow, it pushes it to our management console, pushes it back to me. So other people can also run this automation, and then it performs those steps. So I promise you, I am not doing this. Yep, I did the same thing last time too. I ran into this last time. I'm going to kill it and redo this again. This is exactly what happened last time. This is what you get when you run a live demo and don't refresh your environment. So silly, so stupid. Anyway, retry. But anyway, assuming your environment was there, you could build in robust error handling to say, oh, is it not reset right? Redo your step. I didn't do that for a demo. My apologies there, but you totally can. We can write things into a try-catch, state machines, the list goes on and on. Anything you would do from a developer perspective, we can do in our tool as well. But as you can see, it's following the same steps. I'm going to system admin, request, I'm clicking the run, downloading the applet, and then opening the applet. And then I'm going to interact with the applet and do something. So when you think about disparate systems and not having a backend connection, what are you going to do? You can build the code, you can build an API, but sometimes it takes a ton of time. Where you can do it with our tool, this took me, I think I had a live build video that I did. It took me like maybe a half hour to build this tops. And that was making sure I handled all the different selectors and so on and so forth accordingly. So pretty cool little solution there. And that's just an export showing the users there. Before I go into the AI part or the ML part, which I think is important for everyone on this call, any questions that you can think of that would be prompted or in the Q&A, or Roger, anything you can think of at this point? Otherwise, I want to step into it and it's super quick.
Nobody's put any questions in yet.
Okay.
Last time I said that, they suddenly appeared. So
yeah, right, exactly. And I've got the chat open and the Q&A open if I need it. But anyway, so that's that. If then else logic, I know the steps. It can take what someone does. But let's take that a step further. Let's say that I wanted to use this for any sort of machine learning activity. So what we have is actually a product. It's called AI Center. And what we have is a bunch of hosted models. Now, mind you, we're not an AI company, but we want to be able to integrate automation and AI seamlessly. Machine learning is obviously a part of artificial intelligence. So what we have are these bunch of packages out of the box that we can use as well that are designed for this exact purpose. If then else logic, give it a parameter, get some sort of output from your model to make some sort of determination. So what I have right here is obviously we have a ton. We have an IDP capability. We can look at images and we can analyze classifier, look at signature comparison. We can do language analysis. And then what I want to use specifically is this language analysis for sentiment analysis specifically. So these are hosted. So if you built a Python model, you could deploy it in our stuff as well. And the way we connect it is actually we pull what we call an ML skill. Oh, wrong one. Oh, geez. Open that up. Inside of our workflows to pass in a specific input. So if your input in this example, I have a bunch of emails sitting in these folders that are positive and negative. I want to read the text and make a determination if it's positive or negative. Based on it being positive, move it to the positive emails folder. Based on negative, move it to the negative folder. The way you design it is all right here. If then else logic, little code there, right? Might take a little bit of a learning curve there to figure it out, but it's written in .NET, so it's pretty easy. And then from that, that's the process. So if I wanted to embed ML into my stuff, we could theoretically grab all this data from our sources, systems of record, deploy a model in AI Center or a third party, we can call APIs too, pass it, get your JSON response, and then do something with it. And we can do that seamlessly. And we've been doing that literally forever. And it's great since we've been in Inception. And that's kind of the connection. So when you think about automation, don't think about just the ML piece, think about everything that surrounds it as well. So that's just one I wanted to show. So I got this other demo as well. It looks through these emails. It'll prepare this right here. So we'll see it and it walks us through as we go along. So as I play this, that's really all I wanted to show and you'll see what's happening. But that's really how I would connect ML and RPA. We are two separate products that do help achieve the overall automation vision. Obviously, there are automated capabilities within some ML models, but you get the idea. So that's really what I wanted to kind of show as this is running. So that's all I got, just to kind of give you a little
brilliant
preview into what it is. Yep.
As always, a good bit of fun, KJ. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just letting it play for a little bit while you can see it. See it's moving, gathering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yep, and this one is a negative, so implementation port, I'm struggling. If I'm some sort of customer service representative agent, now I've got it triaged where I can go figure out and do what I need to do. So simple little hits, you can obviously do more with it, but get the idea. Let's see if then else logic, go automate it, and if you need ML, plug it in. Pretty much it.
Follow a logic tree, yeah. Nice.
Exactly, that's it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you once again, sir.
Yeah,
Really
no problem.
appreciate
Happy
it.
to, yeah, happy to provide. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be bouncing out a little bit because obviously busy here. But yeah, if you have any questions, obviously, Roger, just let me know, and I can pop back on and answer anything or through email and
Great.
whatnot. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so we